So our first art project is going to be making a fish. You can print off this sheet that's got some examples of some really nice fish shapes. And I think I'm going to start by making the goldfish, the one at the top. To do this, I need a box like this, maybe a biscuit box or an oatcake box, some masking tape. I'm going to cut things up with the scissors. I'll do a bit of drawing with a pencil, and I'll need a piece of newspaper to stuff it with. So if I'm going to do the goldfish shape, I've got my biscuit box, which I flattened, and I'm going to draw roughly, and I can use the printed off sheet as a guide, draw roughly the outline of most of the fish. I can't quite get the tail, but I can get up to the mouth here, and the top of the body comes up to the edge of the box. When I cut this out, this will separate the two sides of the box, but I'll keep it connected at the top. So that's drawn. Now I'm going to cut it out. You might need a hand with this because it's quite thick, cutting through two sheets of card. So you might need a help with some stronger hands to cut that out. And because I've cut it there, you can see that that's come apart. But I won't cut all the way around the top of the box so that the two sides of the box stay together. So there's my fish shape. It needs a tail still, but that's roughly what I need. And now I've got lots of pieces of masking tape, which I've torn off so that they're ready for me to work with. And if I have them torn off like that, and you might get somebody to help you with that, it means that your hands are free to get on with the work that you need to do. So I've just taped together the bottom so that now I could open this out, and I'm going to stuff the inside with a piece of newspaper. I'll do it in two pieces, I think. Scrunch that up. This is some stuffing to go inside. The fish's body, so that our fish is three-dimensional. And that's going to go in the middle. So it's got a round body. And then I'll start closing up the front end around the mouth. So what we do is we start with the body of the fish and then gradually add on the details of the tail and the fin. And we want it to look as much like a fish as possible, and as little like a box as possible. So the job of the masking tape is to hold everything together while you build the fish. So you want to make this shape as good as possible. And then we're going to cover the sculpture with papier-mâché. So these bits of masking tape won't be seen anymore, but they're holding it together while we build the fish. So here is our fish. And now I need a tail, so I can use the rest of the box. Look, that's almost the right sort of shape for the tail, isn't it? So I can draw that slightly differently, maybe take a little bit more off. I'll follow the guide of my drawing. So that's the tail, and I'll have an extra long bit, a tab, that I can use to connect it to the fish's body. So the sheet that you've printed off has got a few different sorts of fish. But you could always look up other pictures of fish and find some other really exciting shapes. There we go. That's the tail. So I need to tape that on. I could fold that over as well and add that on with some masking tape. So there is my goldfish shape. Now it still looks quite like a box, but I'm going to be covering it soon with tissue and glue, and so it will have a different sort of surface, and then I'm going to paint it. So there's its mouth, that's okay, there's its tail, so it just needs some fins finally. So let's have a look at what's there. The back fin is a little bit like that. So that's the fin, but I also want an extra bit, a tab, to connect it with. It's got another fin down there, just like a triangle, another tab on it. And then it's got a fin on either side at the front. That goes like that, with a tab, and I need two of those. One going the other way, because it'll be on the other side. So I can cut all of these out. One fin. Two fins. Third one. Oh, that bit's come apart. That'll probably be a little bit short, like Nemo's broken fin. And each of these can be attached. So there's the back fin, that goes over there. I'll put some tape on that side, and I'll turn it over and put a piece of tape on that side as well. Then it can become streamlined with the body. Is that a bit far back? Maybe it's a bit too far back. I can always lift off the masking tape and move it. Move it up there a bit more. And we have a couple of fins at the front. So there's the tab that I cut. I'll put the tape where the tab is, and then I can attach that around about here, I think. And it's good also to have a bit of tape on the other side, like that, to hold it on. We'll fold those bits of tape over. The tape will be hidden once it's covered with tissue paper, with the papier-mâché, the tissue paper and the glue. So that fin can go near the tail down here. Put a bit of tape on there, and also want to put on the other front fin for the other side. So masking tape is very nice to work with because you can fold it over, it holds things in place, and it can be smoothed out as well. There's a hole there, but that doesn't matter. That's going to be covered by the papier-mâché. So we need a fin there. The fins need to match, don't they? There we go, and I'll finish that after. So that's the first stage. That's the fish shape made out of a biscuit box, stuffed with newspaper, held together with masking tape, and the details of the tail and the fins added on last.